When I got in it from July 2012, the gold ratio from a few videos that I saw was an average of 15 to 16 to 1. And I actually saw one video that said that gold and silver ratio was as low as 12 to 1 in history. So, I find this very fascinating since we're actually today in 2013 that we're at 61 to 1 ratio. So the question of this video as well is silver really undervalued? And listen to this whole video and then make your answer. And we'll take it from there. It may not be undervalued. So this video may not be so pleasant to all those silver stacker lovers out there, should I call them. And I'm going to make my case, and then you can add your comments and you can decide whether you think it's right or wrong. So now, as I'm watching all these videos now with Chris Dwayne and Brother John F. and a lot of other people, they're not the only one. Even, I believe, even Mike Maloney even mentioned that gold-silver ratio could possibly be 1 to 1 in the future. Is this very well possible? Yes. If we actually use gold and silver as money again, then I could see even a 12 to 1 again. Without it being money again, I can't see it being 12 to 1 on a SLV type of stock market exchange. I really can't. I just don't see it. There's too much manipulation and scams going on to keep silver suppressed so bad. But the stats I'm going to show you, maybe it's not so manipulated after all. Although I won't touch that too much. I still believe it is. But history does show you how fast the ratio can change from silver to gold. So, I'm going to go back to this 1 to 1 ratio real quick before I move on. I find this very fascinating that back in Egypt, thousands of years ago, when gold and silver was used as money, gold and silver ratio was 1 to 1 at one point. I thought that was very shocking. You watch all these History Channel videos of mummies and stuff, and you're looking in their tombs and stuff, looking, oh my God, where's their gold, you know? Or watching those movies we watch of hunting for treasures in Egypt and stuff like that. And all those movies have gold laying around, no silver. So I find that kind of interesting that the gold and silver ratio at one point in Egypt was 1 to 1, but you never, ever, ever hear anybody ever saying the word silver. It's always gold. So, moving on. Throughout the history, 15 to 1, 16 to 1, I chopped off a lot of those years off. Thousands and thousands of years. And only went from 1900 to 2009. The study, I didn't have the 2010, 11, and 12 of the silver to gold ratio. But I don't think the numbers really make any much difference, because as we know, 2013 is already 61 to 1. So the reason why I didn't do the whole history as my point of view of gold and silver ratio, because back then, gold and silver was used as real money. Okay. So now what do I think it is? Or should I say what I noticed from what history told me from the 1900 to 2009. Okay. It's 48 to 1 ratio. 48 to 1. It's not 15, not even 6, not even 20. It's not even at 30. Okay? It's not even at 40. It's just about at 50. Okay? It's a pretty big difference. And you ready for this, silver stackers, lovers? Don't tell nobody. But silver crashes dramatically during recessions. You've been had by those silver precious metal dealers that are telling you, like Chris Dwayne and everybody, silver is better than gold on. Every recession and depression this country had, silver bottomed. What are we in right now today? We never got out of the 2008 recession, now did we? No. It's getting worse, right? Yes. And what is silver prices doing? Are they getting better or worse? Yeah, worse. A lot worse. Doesn't sound like manipulation now, does it? Interesting. Good point there, Michael. Well, wait, hold on. I got more coming. A lot more to come. And this is where the proof comes in. In 1939, during the major depression and Great Depression we had, silver to gold ratio was 98 to 1. It's 98 to 1 in 1939. In 1940, it was 97 to 1. 1941, it was 96 to 1. Okay? Then economy started improving, and once World War II got itself going and stuff, because we needed to build factories for manufacturing of products, of war products, and everything else. So that made the economy boom up, and the silver went basically a lot higher, or a lot closer to gold in the ratio of that. Next major recession that we had, 1990s recession we had again. Okay, boom, 94 to 1 ratio. 1991, ready for this? Excuse me, 1990 was 94 to 1. 1991, all-time high. Don't tell nobody, because we're in a bad recession there. 100 to 1. Suckered into silver. This is why I love gold. Alright? Love it. I'd rather have an ounce of gold over an ounce of silver any day. I'll take 10 ounces of gold over 100 ounces of silver any day. Okay? I'll take 1 ounce of gold over 61 ounces of gold, meaning 61 ounces of silver today. And I'll tell you, 100 to 1 in 1991. It slowed down a little bit in 92. We must have started to get out of that recession a little bit. It went down to 93 to 1. Those were the highest of all times. All in the mid to high 90s, if not 100. All major recessions of this country. 2008, Big Bang. Never got out of it. Look at that. We're going to 61. I'm telling you. Silver is bad for these times. And I never was told that. I was told that shit was good at these times. So I'm half a little upset and pissed off at these salespeople. I guess I couldn't be too pissed off. That's their job, to sucker us in that we're not that well educated on the whole history of money. I'm not saying silver's a piece of garbage. I got plenty of silver, and you guys saw my videos of silver. I love silver. I love the way it looks. Has a lot of great times of value. It can definitely jump up a lot faster in value than gold any damn day. But when it drops hard, and your wealth gets pimped. And it could be stolen from you for many years, as gold is a lot more stable and it'll maintain your wealth a lot easier. This is why I love gold. Okay? I'm going to keep buying silver, but every time I buy silver, I always buy gold with it. I never just buy silver, ever. And vice versa. If I'm going to buy a little gold, I'll buy a little silver. Same thing. I always like to diversify everything. So, be careful. Don't be brainwashed. And all these guys saying, oh yeah, 1-to-1 ratio, keep sucking it up with the silver. Maybe silver will catch up to 30 to 1 and you'll be happy. And I see a couple people out there got some very good ideas by waiting for silver to get to that ratio and sell it or trade it in for an ounce of gold. Very smart. Because you're going into the right metal. Okay? What are all the big banks holding? Gold. What are people buying oil with? Gold. What are countries paying debt off to the banks with? Gold. Silver, man, you never hear silver, dude. I'm telling you. Silver's for the lower middle class people that are just trying to get ahead or hold your transfer of wealth, or I wouldn't say transfer of wealth, but to hold some type of value of wealth. And it will. Okay? It's just not going to be as great as everybody thinks it's going to be. I don't think so. History tells you right there, when times are bad, silver tanks. And how's the times today? Is it getting good? Is it getting better? Or is it getting worse? It's getting worse. They're doing bailouts, doing more bail-ins. I mean, countries are getting they're just taking the people's pensions away. But what is silver doing? It's still going down. I'm telling you, something is up. I'm glad I did this research to wake myself up. And I think my next big purchase will probably be my last, unless silver really, really tanks like down in the $15 range. I'm just buying gold. Straight up. I'm tired of silver. And besides, how much silver can you carry around when you want to trade something if you have to move? You know, silver's a lot. It weighs a lot when you got a few hundred ounces, doesn't it? I'd rather have 15, 20 ounces of gold than 500 ounces of silver. Trying to carry a monster box around, it ain't happening. You can carry the same wealth of gold in your pocket and not one person will know about it. Okay? And everything is also measured in gold, never silver. Gold and Dow ratio, gold and Holmes ratio. Everything is in gold. There's a reason for this. Gold is the mother of all precious metals. Don't be intimidated by buying 1 ounce of gold for about $1,500 and say, oh my God, all my money is only going to go to this one little coin. That's a lot of wealth in that one little coin. There's a reason for it. Don't be intimidated. There's a reason. So this is the reason why I wanted to go this gold-silver ratio. It's not all hyped up to be. Do not believe this 15 to 16 ratio in the history of time, because they're going back thousands of years when it was real money. Those days are long gone. That was before they had freaking fuel and electricity and everything else. Okay? So I went from 1900 to 2009, which is more realistic in our lifetime. Okay? And it was 48 to 1. Not 12 to 15 to 1. So, is silver undervalued? I don't know. May not be, if part what I see in all this recession history ratios. Looks like silver's got a lot more to go. Maybe silver will hit $15 and gold will only go down to $1,100. I don't know. Or maybe silver go down to $15 and gold will go back up to $1,500. There's your 100 to 1 ratio again. $15 to $1,500. I've done it before in history. So as far as I see what this country's becoming, or this world is becoming, it is in a deflationary crash. The money velocity is slower, which means money is not flowing around very fast. We're going to get money. We're not spending it as fast. Not everybody's touching the same amount of money. People are hoarding it, or just simply just not making it. All the rich people are. And that's a deflationary crash in an inflation part world for commodities. Don't be fooled. Brainwashed in these low gold to silver ratios. I just told you what they are. Okay? It's 48 to 1. And recession times are the worst for silver, especially silver. We're in it, never been out of it. Be careful.